folks, this is Trail Tweaker. Recently I did a review for a combination between a GSI Minimalist and a Grand Winnie Pro stove, and I did mention that I had another stove. A lot of people call them canister stoves and things like that, but this is what I started out with. It's called a Brunton Raptor. I've seen these guys come in a hard soft shell case. The one I ordered comes in a little stuffed sack just like this, and it's pretty good size for packability and things like that. And the stove simply looks like this. This little guy right here I take out, so it makes it easier to fold up for me. This little guy is the stove, that's all it is. And they recommend that you unfold this fella one leg at a time, and it opens up basically like this. Like this. Alright, this guy is about 10,000 BTU, so it will heat your water to a solid boil very quick. You know, I'm sure it's very competitive out there with other stoves, and it's not bad. If I'm not mistaken, you know, don't hold me to this, but you might want to do some research. I'm thinking it's around 143 grams. I'll have to look that up. But one thing that I really loved about this stove right here is it has the piezo ignition, if that's how you say it. It's a starter right here, an integrated starter on my thing, and I absolutely love that, because the last thing I like to do is fumble around for something to start it with, especially when you have the fuel going. You have a fully adjustable fuel valve here, and if you have that going and then your lighter fails or you can't get your matches lit or something like that, you have to shut it off and let the fuel escape from there, so you don't create a flash fire, and then possibly the next thing you know, you're on the news for having set the whole mountain on fire wherever you live. So Brunton Raptor is the name of it, and you can pick up canisters from various places, REI, Walmart, and things like this with different names on it. This doesn't necessarily have to be the specific canister for this. I just picked it up at an REI. I'm a budget guy. I like to pick up what's on sale at the time. While you're putting this thing on, you definitely want to make sure your valve is closed. And you basically screw this onto the canister and let it seat real good. You know, you don't have to over tighten it, just get it good and snug and things like that. It has I think about a 5-inch radius here. Don't hold me to that, but it's a very good platform for a pan or a small cooking pot or things like that. I used the GSI Minimalist on this. I haven't really had a chance to buy anything bigger to cook with here. I really hadn't had any reason to. So if you have say an ever new cup to heat up a cup of coffee or something like that on a single wall cup or something, it serves very well in doing so. And once you're done, you can easily just turn the valve back off and save what fuel you have in here without having to, like on some alcohol stoves, try to snuff it out and save any fuel. Or for the most part, a lot of people just let the stove burn out, and then you're out what little bit of alcohol you could have saved. So it's pretty efficient, even though you really have to deal with the bulkiness of this can. They do offer cartridge cans in different sizes, 4 ounce, 8 ounce. I think they offer 12 ounce, and but this right here is an 8 ounce can. It serves as what people would say 2 4 ounce bottles of alcohol, you know, that a lot of people carry. I do carry. Most cans like this are indentured, so when you have a fold-up stove, you can place it in here and place inside some of your cook pots and things like that for easy mobility and easy storage. So we'll just light this up right fast to show you how it works. We'll just give it a little fuel here. valve may be stuck on it because it's been a while since I've actually used this thing. I believe it's going to stick on me. If there's one thing about it, that these canister stoves really do stink if you let any of the fuel out. I think they're a cross between some propane and some other kind of fuel. There we go. You know, that's just a good example of what may happen out there on the trail, is that something like that may stove up on you, as they say, and not start working. Then you find yourself not being able to heat any water. So just like in this scenario here, if it doesn't exactly strike right the first time, take it off, make sure your valve's closed, take it off, reseat it. It may have a vapor lock in it or something like that, but in this case it works. You're able to have a completely fully adjustable throttle here to a full 10,000 BTU, and then when you're done, you can shut it off. I don't recommend you grabbing it and start folding it up. By all means, let it cool off before you actually start to take it off or anything like that, and pack it away, in which it will pack very small down into your nice stuffed sack that Brunton makes. I did find this guy on the internet. I believe I was lucky to find it. I found it for about $34 with free shipping. And I really had to search, and I've looked at them again for some of my friends, and I've really not found that quite good of a deal yet. They range anywhere from $36 with shipping up to $70, because it just really depends on how long you're willing to sit up at night and search for a good deal. Some people are just willing to bite the bullet and pay the price just so that they can have it here in time for their next trip. So there you have it, the Brunton Raptor canister stove. It's very effective for me. I'd say a 4-ounce can serves good for a couple days, but I'd recommend taking an 8-ounce can on a solid weekend, because it's always nice to know that you have enough fuel and don't have to worry about watching it exactly. Cutting it off exactly when you need to and things like that. It's always good to have a little extra and have the satisfaction to know that you don't have to worry about running out there on the trail. So there you have it from Trail Tweaker. Get outside and have a little fun.